Second half, obviously the game changes with the red card. It's a little bit forced into because we probably played Ozzy about 10 more minutes than we wanted to. We only wanted to play him 60, and we pushed him into 70 because he was sitting in there and he was doing a good job there. We would have probably brought Marco Papa if we were playing 11v11, but when the game changed, we decided that we had to go a little differently. We brought Zach Scott in. Just from the standpoint of we felt we needed a better header of the ball in there, or one more header of the ball, not a better header, one more header of the ball, because all what they were doing is just dumping balls across, and it wasn't like they got a lot of great chances. It was just a matter of us being strong, making sure we cleared balls and looking for opportunities to maybe counter. It was difficult. Clint did a lot of work for us in terms of dropping into the midfield and helping us when we went down a man. That obviously saps a lot of energy. Sometimes Oba came back, but Oba was doing the work up front. So it was a workmanlike effort, and we're never going to apologize for the 3 points.
What did you think of Ozzy and I guess Marshall's returns?
Obviously those guys are important. Marshall helped us today, especially against a team like that with his heading. And, I think you see what Ozzy just has such good instincts when he sits deep in midfield. He reads the play really well. He's quick to anticipate and react. Ends up stealing some balls, pushing through. He almost when he was, in the second half run out of gas, he almost gets a goal, by coming through off a ball he intercepts and carrying it up the field. So, those two guys and Oba and Clint's return certainly made a big difference for us.
As you noted earlier this week, a bit of an unorthodox start to the season with the way that the scheduling has worked out. Was it almost with a sense of relief that you had the near full availability today to choose from?
Yeah, no, it was good. Even though we were running out of midfielders, when Pineda gets the red, and then I know I got to take Ozzy out. So now we've got to move Rose into the middle of midfield. So in retrospect, maybe we should have put Roldan on the bench as well today. But that was a decision that we had made earlier based on what we thought we would need. And, I thought it was good, to have the whole team available makes a difference for us.
Nico. What did you think of Remic's performance today? And on a follow-up question, what have you seen from him that has put him ahead of Andres Correa so far?
I thought Remic played well today. I thought he was good. He was aggressive. I thought he did a good job. His confidence has grown again this year. I think Andreas is a very talented player, but Andreas is also adjusting to defending a little bit in our league, and I think Remic's ahead of him a little bit defensively. Andreas is ahead of him offensively because he can certainly do some good things coming forward, but defensively Remic is still a little bit ahead of him, and so that's why we came with Remic today.
When Zach Scott came on, it looked like it switched you guys to kind of a 5-3-1. Can you speak to any of the specifics of how you changed formationally there?
Yeah, we went to 5 in the back. We were talking about, do we shove Evans into the midfield, and keep it like a 4-4-1, which we could have maybe done when Leo, came in later, but I didn't want to make Dempsey play as a wide midfielder, the attacking midfielder, and so we decided to stay with the 5 in the back and allow Mears and Remic to be able to push out wider when they sent their outside backs forward. So that was the idea behind it, and again, I thought it made us solid in the air when the crosses did come.
How do you feel the team reacted to going down a man, and follow up of your thoughts on the red card?
I haven't seen the replay, so I can't say for sure. The referee said he came in with his studs. If he came in with the studs, it's similar to Acosta's card the week before. So there's really, no arguments there. Our reaction, I thought was good. Like I said, it was a game that we sort of had to roll up our sleeves with a little bit, and because they had Horst, they brought in Will Bruin, so now all of a sudden they got some big targets in the air. So that was the reason we made the decisions that we did.
You had mentioned a couple of times this week that Dallas is a team that can go a man down without having to change itself very much. How's your team when they're down a guy?
I think normally we don't have to change a whole lot, and a lot of times when we go a man down, we'll play a 4-3-2, and because Oba and Dempsey will drop in. But knowing that I had to take out Ozzie, and that we had lost Pineda, so we had lost 2 central midfielders, that changed it. So if I go a man down, let's say Nagel had gotten the red card, and I still have Ozzie and Pineda, then I probably play more of a 4-3-2. But without that, it just made more sense to me to strengthen the back and just absorb the pressure.
How do you rate Rose's performance tonight, and do you guys rate him higher in the middle of the field, or do you like him out on the wing like that?
I think he can play wide right for us as well. I mean, he gives us a different perspective again against this opponent. He helps us, in terms of matching up aerially with them. He flicked some balls on for us. He got into the box. I mean, the one thing he does when he plays wide midfield that I like, which is the same thing that Brad did last year, is he gets into the box, and we need another person to get in there at times. So that helps us.
What was the thought behind maybe starting Ozzie today rather than maybe putting him later down the game to get him some minutes?
Because the situation, we felt he was at least 45 minutes fit. So my thinking was it's a lot easier for him to warm up and start the game and just prepare that way than to come in off the bench. And, if he came in off the bench and somehow he suffered a setback, then you'd have to burn another sub. So we were saying, let's go ahead and let's start him. If something goes wrong, then okay, we can make the sub. He came through. I mean, I think he's really tired now for all the minutes that he played. But, he came through from an injury perspective. He came through very well.
Brandon, what were your thoughts on Fry's coming back from the knock the way that he did to have such a strong second half and game overall?
Well, you always worry a little bit when he gets kicked there because, he had a broken leg, there as well, or an ankle. And he's pretty bruised. You can see some cleat marks. The guy got him pretty good. But, he felt, he could keep going. When you're in a game like that, the adrenaline takes over, and he's probably going to be really sore and limping around, tomorrow. But, he was able to carry through. And again, you don't want to have to make a goalkeeper sub. If we were to have to make a goalkeeper sub today on top of the others, it would have been a difficult game for us.